Good morning and welcome back to the Turtle Wins the Race Home-Based Business Podcast. My name is Kara Buntin and I have had a home-based business since 1999, so that's what we talk about here. And I was going to talk about today faking it. Okay, there's a phrase, fake it till you make it. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it depends on how you go about it. Okay, and I think fake it till you make it really kind of refers to having more confidence than you might actually have. Like if you're an introvert, it's acting like an extrovert for the time that you have to during the conference that you're going to or whatever. And I've heard a lot of people talk about this where like they'll go to a conference and they pretend to be an extrovert for 2 hours and they go back and take a nap because they can't take it anymore. And I understand that, right? Because I know how to fake it until I can't take it anymore. And then I go home and collapse in the fetal position on the couch and watch 90 Day Fiancé. Okay. But everything can be faked. It's not always good to fake things. And fake it till you make it works in certain cases, but in other ways, it is not good because it can come back to bite you in the butt. And I have seen situations where people got bit real hard and it basically ruined their businesses. And for some of them, it ruined their lives, honestly, for a short time, not permanently, but there are limits to how much you should be faking. Okay. One thing I want people to be aware of, and I talked about this a few weeks ago when I was talking about buying classes and investing in your business, is that there are a lot of fake reviews online. And I think we all know that. Everybody knows that. And that's one of the reasons why when people talk about, oh, I have only 5 stars on my reviews and somebody gave me 4 stars, I'm devastated. It's like, no, they've actually done studies that show that people don't trust shops and businesses that only have 5-star reviews because they assume we're going through and getting rid of the lower ones. And they assume that it's fake because nobody gets perfect scores all the time. Nobody does that unless you're like calling people or you're offering them something in return for a positive review, which is illegal. And it's not realistic to expect that everyone is going to give you perfect scores. It's just not realistic. So when consumers see that on a website, they're like, I don't know, something fishy is going on here because people know that there's fake reviews online. So they just assume that you're faking something. So it's not a bad thing to get 4-star reviews. It's not a bad thing to get a 1-star review every now and then because people know that there are cranky people out there who just are going to rate you lower. It's not your fault. So, as long as it balances out and most of your reviews are good, then you're okay. But just remember that it's not just the reviews that are faked. And we were talking about this in one of my lives on this channel on a Tuesday. I said something about people faking Etsy sales. And somebody said, you can do that? What do you mean you can fake sales? Don't. It'll get your shop shut down. And I did. It is possible to fake sales on Etsy. Okay. I've seen people on YouTube talking about how they faked their own sales on Etsy in order to boost their sale numbers. And oh, surprise, surprise, their shop got shut down later. Okay. And then they're like, oh, I don't know why my shop got shut down. I know why, because you're faking sales. And that's against Etsy's terms of use because it does factor into the search placement algorithm. And that's why people do it. Okay. And they'll tell you, go have your friends and family buy from you to begin with. As long as they're actually buying from you and you're not doing anything shady, there's nothing there's nothing against that. There's nothing against the rules of Etsy on that. But don't have people do that if it's just completely fake. All right. And definitely don't buy from yourself. That's a fatal error. Okay. Fatal blue screen of death. Don't do that. There are just certain things that you shouldn't be faking. There are a lot of things that people fake that are really not that dangerous. It's not that harmful, except that it could come back to bite you in the algorithm because algorithms work on different factors. I have a list here of things that people have faked that I have noticed. All right. The first thing, and this actually is something that a few people have done that I've seen on YouTube. YouTube is full of fakes. Oh my God. YouTube is full of people who are so phony. And I hope that you can tell that I am this way. All right. I'm this way in person. I'm this way off camera. I'm not faking anything. God, if I was going to fake this, I would be super perky and happy. Oh my God. when I think it was my sophomore year in college, my roommate and I decided that we had been too, I think, sarcastic and too mean. See, and we weren't mean, but like you're just sarcastic and snarky, right? So I'll use the word snarky. We decided we were being too sarcastic and snarky freshman year, and we were going to reform and be happy and sweet. And I told my mother, and my mother said, "You two couldn't be happy and sweet for 10 minutes before you quit." And I was like, I can't believe my mother would say that. But yeah, she was right. Okay, it didn't last very long. But, I'm not faking anything here. So, but I see a lot of people, hold on. I need a lot of caffeine for this. I am so tired of the fakes. And I think that's why I started thinking about this. I'm tired of people faking it. I'm tired of seeing people who I know are complete rats off camera, because I've seen how they work, and they get on camera and they're like, "Hey, I'm here to help you." And they're just so phony. Oh my God. And I'm looking at this going, you're nuts. You're crazy. But it's because they're playing into the algorithm, right? And they're selling something. Basically, they're selling you a service. So whatever. But yeah, I tend to follow people on YouTube who are not fake. And you can get that. You can tell the people that are being themselves on camera, that's how they are off camera anyway. And that I'm attracted to that. But a lot of people are attracted to people who are phony, because they're using every kind of trick to get you to follow them because they know what to do. Okay. But you can fake that on YouTube. You can fake YouTube comments. You can fake YouTube followers. There's all kinds of stuff. So when I've seen people post on my channel. I don't know why you don't have more followers. And I don't even know how many. It's something like it's over 50,000, but I don't really pay attention to it because I don't care. But if I wanted to get 100,000 followers to get the little YouTube plaque with the play button, I would just go buy ads to increase my followers, because you can do that. Okay. If I wanted to buy that plaque, that's what I would do. I don't care. I'm not going to do that. But that's what people do. And I followed this one guy who did that. And he's like, "Yeah, I got the plaque because I bought the followers." And he's pretty upfront about it. And I'm like, okay. But it doesn't mean that much, because you can buy anything. You can buy followers. You can buy comments. And this is how I first realized, I mean, I knew how phony YouTube was, but this really drove it home, is I'm not even going to say who it is. One of the people that I have mentioned in the past part of this video actually had videos that went up maybe weekly, right? And every time they posted, there would immediately be tons of comments. And the videos weren't anything. The videos were kind of clickbaity. They were a little bit get rich quick kind of stuff, but it wasn't anything extraordinary. And I would see these and I was like, wait, this video's been up for 3 hours and there's 200 comments. Why? And I never understood why until, like I said, fake. Okay. You'll figure out who it is, but faking it kind of ruined the business, and they couldn't afford to buy comments anymore. And the comments stopped. Okay. The videos kept going up, but the comments stopped. So essentially they were buying comments, and you can do this if you go on some of these services like Fiverr. I don't even know. I think probably just go over and Google buy YouTube comments. You'll find it. I don't even know where you go. But you can go over and buy people to leave comments, and I'm sure that they just have computer generated comments. There was one guy that we found a video, and every single comment was a different YouTube account, but the comments were exactly the same. And I said, somebody screwed up with this bot farm, because they have all these fake YouTube accounts, but the comments were exactly the same. And it was really funny to look at, because you're like, wow, this is just a clear example of fake comments. It was very funny. And, it happens. So don't be impressed all the time. If you watch a video that you're like, this is terrible, don't be impressed that they have 500 comments, because they're probably buying them, And, people make so much money on YouTube ads because they get the comments, and YouTube sees engagement. And YouTube says they don't use comments as engagement. I don't know if that's true or not. But if they get the watch time, because they're also buying watch time, they're buying YouTube video views. So they'll pay someone to have a computer watch the video and then leave a fake comment. And YouTube sees the view time and they start showing that video to more people. And that's how you make money on YouTube with ads, right? And the cost of that covers the cost of buying the YouTube views. So they're still making money. They're not doing anything, and that's how they fake that. You can fake Instagram and Facebook followers. And we know that people every now and then Instagram will do a big sweep and it'll have in the news, the Kardashians lost 1 million followers on their account. It's because they were fake. They were fake followers and Instagram came in and got rid of them. And it's common. These people, everybody, not everybody, a lot of people will buy followers because if that plays into the algorithm on whatever platform they're on, that makes their posts show up more and it makes them look more influential. And that is part of their, a lot of these celebrities just want to have the follower numbers because that makes them look more important and more influential. That's the reason. So yeah, you can buy Facebook followers. Again, go Google buy Facebook followers, buy Instagram followers. You'll find it. It's on there. And the other part is what we were talking about. And somebody said, you can fake sales on Etsy. You can fake sales anywhere, honestly. And it's like the credit card companies don't like it, but they, what are they going to do? If you have people buy from you, it's not good. But yeah, I have seen, this is a long time ago. Okay. And I'm trying to remember, this was before I stopped. So please don't post in here. Can you look at my shop? But somebody had contacted me and said, can you look at my shop? Because I have a competitor who's copying everything that I do. And that just drives me nuts. I hate copycats. So I was like, yes, I'll look. So I was texting her. I was like sending her messages while we were watching this woman's shop who was copying everything she did. And it just happened that we happened to be on the shop at the same moment that this woman was manipulating prices and posting reviews for her own stuff. And I'm not going to say exactly what she was doing, but it was clear exactly what she was doing. And we just happened to be on her Etsy shop as this was happening. Okay. And if I had been there half an hour later, I wouldn't have seen it. And we would have been going, what is she doing? But yeah, she was buying her own stuff and then leaving reviews for her own stuff. And she's so stupid. She left reviews with one of the accounts that she also, like she had multiple Etsy accounts. It was very clear what was going on. So everything can be faked. Don't trust the numbers. If you see somebody and you're like, how are they, because I see that a lot. How is my competitor making so many sales? Well, okay, first of all, they might be posting off of Etsy and sending people to Etsy. And they might have terrible SEO, but it doesn't matter because they have a huge Instagram following and they're sending people from Instagram. Okay, you never know exactly what goes on with someone's business. So I'm not saying that everybody who has a lot of sales is doing this, but I have no doubt, and I would bet that if you go look at some YouTube channels that are a little on the shady side and are very get rich quick, I would guess that you will find people who are telling you how to fake Etsy sales. And I haven't gone to look for that, but my guess would be that you will be able to find it. Okay. I will say again, don't do that because it's against Etsy's terms of use and the credit card companies don't like it when you buy from yourself. And also it will get your shop shut down. Okay. Because that is what happened to the woman's shop who we were watching. We were watching this happen. And then like the next day, her shop was gone. Now, I don't know if the woman that I was talking to reported it, which she probably did, and good for her, but it will get your shop shut down. And it has happened to that person. It happened to the person on YouTube who was very publicly buying from herself. I don't know why you would do that. Okay. Don't be stupid. Don't do stupid stuff. So everything can be faked, but not everything should be faked. All right. And fake it till you make it only just means go out and act like you are more confident than you are. Act like your business is a little bit bigger than you are. Use we instead of I when you're talking about your business online. It's that kind of faking it. It's not stuff that's like deliberately manipulating an algorithm because the algorithm will catch up with you and it will not help you in the long run. So don't do it. It's not worth it. Leave me any questions, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you later.